Story timelines is a data visualization technique which helps the reader identify turning points in the plot. In this module, we will review timeline creation strategies. As part of each daily lesson plan, students are encouraged to add to their timeline. Here are the 5 basic actions students should take. Number 1, get the materials, butcher paper or long rolls of shelf paper, pencils, crayons, and markers, construction paper, scissors, and glue sticks if desired. Number 2, make a list. Decide on the 3 to 5 most important events in today's readings. Work individually or in small groups. Number 3, keep adding to the timeline. Summarize each event in the fewest possible words. You may add pictures or illustrations. Number 4, go back and review. As part of each lesson, refresh your memory by reviewing the timeline from the beginning. Number 5, post the updated timeline. Keep the timeline in a folder or designated classroom area. Students can create short statements and arrange them by chapter or daily lesson plan. In addition, timelines can be organized by hours, months, or years. Time units may be especially appropriate for biography and autobiography books. When units of time are used, readers can visually depict periods of times that are described in more detail and periods of time skipped by the author. We recommend practicing with students the use of different criteria for determining important or relevant events for the timeline. For example, students may pay attention to events that constitute the elements of a plot chart, such as the rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. Students may pay attention to ethical or unethical decisions that key characters make. What we consider as a meaningful key event in the timeline depends on what we look for. Review the 4 categories of key events that may be included in a timeline. Number 1, actions. For example, someone riding a bus to another town. Number 2, achievements. For example, someone solving a problem. Number 3, ethical behaviors. For example, someone sharing his food with a hungry person. Number 4, social or emotional change. For example, someone gains hope. Now, think about a book you have recently read and imagine how a timeline comprised of each category would look like. Timelines do not have to be linear. Students can find creative ways to depict flashbacks and stories inside stories. Here is an example of a diagram showing parallel events in the book Holes. In the past, Elia forgets to carry Madame Zeroni up the mountain. In the present, Stanley carries Hector Zeroni up the mountain. In the past, Stanley Yelnats is robbed by Kiss and Kate Barlow. In the present, Stanley and Zero find a treasure. In the past, the lake dries up. In the present, for the first time after 100 years, it rains. Through such graphic representation, students can explore key themes such as keeping promises versus breaking promises and caring for friends versus abandoning friends. Students can graphically represent parallel timelines for different characters in a book. For example, the book Blue Gold by Elizabeth Stewart tells the stories of Sylvie, Lai Ping, and Fiona. The 3 parallel timelines converge at the end of the book when Fiona becomes aware of Sylvie and Lai Ping. A timeline is an effective visual reminder of twists and turns in the plot, including turning points in the hero's journey. Timelines can promote student awareness of time management. Teachers can encourage students to create timelines that show events and learning progress in their life. This skill can be expanded to self-management, an important social, emotional, and 21st century skill. For further information, see the module in this course about self-regulated learning.